Gentlemen, welcome to another very special auction here. My name is Tony Lombardi, director and auctioneer throughout the crowd. You'll see some of my colleagues. Ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to move in this way if you like, just to get a better view. More than happy for you to pop into here. My name's Tony Lombardi, the listing agent, Mario Tucci, members of our award-winning sales team. Ladies and gentlemen, they're here to assist you with any questions that you may have regards to the property, the documentation, and of course, and most importantly, to assist you with the video. Guys, I want to quickly go through the rules and regulations that are going to assist you in bidding and buying this fantastic property here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance to any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prevent an auctioneer from accepting bids offers on a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price. As the auctioneer will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits making disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders from attempting to prevent others from bidding and provides fines for this conduct. The rules permit vendor bids. The words I'll be using during the auction indicate make behalf of the vendor and vendor bid. By law, only I as the auctioneer can make a vendor bid. Well, buyers, I'm here to sell. If you're here to buy, please raise your hand before you bid out in a nice, clear voice. Use the assistance of one of my colleagues. I wish you all the very best with your bidding. We thank our vendor for selecting Harcourts Rata and Co. to sell their property. To make it known as well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have two phone bidders here. Material facts do apply. Ladies and gentlemen, when we see a fair and reasonable place to start the bidding, where do we see a start? What's it worth? Where do we see an opening bid, ladies and gentlemen? Happy to start wherever you like. Where do we see a start? What's it worth? Where do we see an opening bid? Any bid's a good bid. $560,000 is the bid, ladies and gentlemen. We're off and running at $560,000. The bid is here at $560,000. At $560 the bid, where do we see an advance from here? Do we see 10? At $560 the bid, at $560, $570. At $570 the bid now. At $600 I've got. At $600 the bid. At $600 the bid now. At $600,000 we're fairly bidding off it at $600,000 the bid now. At $600,000 here first call. At $600,000 here second call. Yes, no, maybe. 10, 10, 10 at 620. Sorry, 610. 610 the bid. At 610 the bid. At 610 the bid. We see 20. 640. 640 good bidding. At 640 the bid now. At $640,000 now. First call at 640 the bid now. At $640,000 now. Where do we see in advance? 50, sir. Appreciate your bidding. At 50 I've got. At 650 the bid. At 650 the bid. Do we say 60? At 650 I've got now. First call 10 the rise. Bids here at 650 the bid. First call at $660,000. The bid is here. At 650. My apologies. 60. At 650. 70 now. At 70 I've got. At 70 the bid. At 70 the bid now. At 70 the bid I've got first call. At 70 the bid I've got second call. At 670, 80, at 680, we're on the market, ladies and gentlemen, we're selling. At 680, the bid, we sell. Make no mistake about it, the bid's here, we're on the market and we're selling. Bid is here, I want to make it clear. We are selling, we are on the market. Bid's here, we sell now if there's no better bid. Let's go at $680,000 and we sell.
90.
First.
90.
90, 690 I've got. 690 the bid now. At 690 the bid, first call. At 690 the bid, second call. Can I invite you back, sir? You sure? Appreciate your bidding. Sir, 690, sorry, 700. At 700 the bid now. At 700 I've got. $700,000 is the bid, ladies and gentlemen, tender rise. At $700,000 now we sell. First call. Second call. Third and final call. All done. All finished, all silent. The bid is here. I am going to sell if there's no better bid. The buyer's done. Alex, appreciate the bidding.
There's only one more.
At $700,000 and we sell. Make no mistake about it. I cannot accept any late bids once I knock it down. The bid is here and we sell now. First call. Second call. Third and final call. We sell. I just need some instructions, otherwise I need to knock it down. The bidding's here. Going to give them the same opportunity, sir. Just for them to say no, same as you. Appreciate your bidding, sir. Appreciate your bidding. Sure you're done? Yeah. They're done? 100%? Sure. Appreciate their bidding. $700,000 is the bid. The bid is here. We are going to sell. I want to make it clear again. I cannot accept any late bids. At $700,000 first call. At $700,000 second call. At $700,000 third and final call. And we sell. Sure. 100%. Done. Sir, done. Appreciate it. At $700,000, we sell now. Sold. Congratulations. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your attendance. Have a great weekend. Good